At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Welcome into Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck, along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from downtown Chicago. On the air until 3 Eastern, hanging out with you right here on Westwood One Sports. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. We had news in the NBA yesterday, Abdalla, as we get things started here on a Wednesday here on the program. The Cavs and Donovan Mitchell agreed to a 4-year, $273 million contract extension. And also, we got news from ESPN that reports from ESPN, LeBron James, and that's where we get to the, every day here in the summer, every day. It's a never-ending situation with LeBron James. Yep.
Who is he?
LeBron James.
Will he build another super team?
Got to start with Superman. Man, I could have used him on the Cavs.
How many weeks will he stretch this?
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
LeBron Watch 2026 with Bleck and Abdalla.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents.
Yes, our long national nightmare of waiting around for LeBron James to decide where he's going to play. Yesterday, ESPN reporting that here are the favorites: Cleveland, Miami, Philadelphia. Those are the three teams, Abdalla, as we sit here on a Wednesday and we await for LeBron James to make a decision.
Chris, it was July 8th, 2010, 16 years ago to the day where LeBron announced that he was taking his talents to South Beach. Did you know that?
He was at the Boys and Girls Club.
He was at the Boys and Girls Club.
Sitting there with Jim Gray.
Now, again, a lot of people said that was a horrible decision to announce that decision and to have that decision. But LeBron did a lot of good that night, donating a lot of money to the Boys and Girls Club. And a lot of things, and a lot of good came of that night, besides the fact that he made a big show of and wore a horrible checkered shirt. And
he's getting ready for a picnic.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, he was going to be the table that night. Like one of those people you eat sushi off of.
No,
apparently,
I would
right?
not. I would not eat sushi off of LeBron.
Neither would I.
I'm going to get that on the record right away at the start of the show. Yeah,
Chris would not eat LeBron off, or not eat sushi off of LeBron, nor eat LeBron off of sushi.
What are you doing there?
Just saying. But I would say that I think that despite being the Heat being one of the choices,
yes, the Miami Heat.
That
yes.
The way that you said those,
yeah, and that's what it was reported on ESPN yesterday. Cleveland, Miami, Philadelphia.
I think that those are the rankings. I think that he is, and it's reported that he is leaning towards going back to Cleveland. The reports from Shams Charania are that he is spending more time in Akron so far this summer. He went on this tour with his old buddies from that Cleveland Cavs team, besides Kyrie, and they played golf together, and he remembers the times he had with these guys. And going back to this report and this long story from Ramona Shelbourne was that he had this camaraderie with those guys that he never felt in LA. And that led to his decision, again, using the word decision on the anniversary of the decision, that he decided to leave LA like a week before he actually told LA that he was going to leave the Lakers,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
And so this is why for the longest time, even before this, like a month ago, before we even decided this and before this was coming about, I've always thought that the ultimate decision was going to be that he was going to be playing his final year in Cleveland. I've always thought this. And now he's hired a film crew to follow him around, which why would you hire a film crew if this wasn't going to be your final year? Were you hiring a film crew for your second to last year? That doesn't make any sense. And also, why are you hiring a film crew to play in Miami for one more year, to play in Philly for one more year? It just seems very... And again, I hate to use the word legacy when it comes to LeBron. It seems very poetic and very legacy defining, whether it ends in a ring or not, for him to end his career in Cleveland where he started. It ends with him being the good guy again. Like, a lot of people dislike LeBron. A lot of people have LeBron fatigue. And you even say it when you play it. Oh, we got to hear from this guy every day.
You know how it's going to go.
Hear it. We know how we got to hear this.
We've been through it before.
Every day.
16 years of this.
But again, no one is going to fault him for saying, I want to go back to Cleveland, where it all started, where I'm from, where I grew up, where I want to play my final year back in Cleveland. No one's going to say that, oh, he wants to ring chase. He's going to Philly. Oh, he wants to go back to Miami and try to win with a bunch of old dudes in Miami with Giannis and all that. If he goes back to Cleveland, yeah, they have a decent roster. They've got Donovan Mitchell. They've got James Harden. They've got a good roster. But at the same time, if he phrases it as, I'm going home, I want to play in Cleveland and try to win one more for the city of Cleveland, no one is going to fault him, and he gets to be the good guy.
That's a way to look at it. I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay.
I think your idea that LeBron is looking at Cleveland because it makes a better documentary, I don't think that necessarily has anything to do with it. I think his wanting to film with a film crew his final season in the NBA has everything to do with him wanting to be better than Jordan. And I don't think that he will ever accomplish that, so he will always be chasing that. And he knows that Michael did that in his final season. Michael granted access for a crew to follow around the 98 Bulls and gave them full access. And then years later, they were able to put together a documentary called The Last Dance. Now, that sat on the shelf for a very long time, that footage. Like, Jordan didn't do anything with that footage.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all documented. Later, ESPN puts together the documentary, and it's great. It's an all-time classic documentary. It's awesome. Sports fans have to love it. You know, right? Like, you watch that, and you can only appreciate what took place at that time. Like, it's a great sports documentary. LeBron desperately wants to be better than Jordan. He's the only GOAT. I don't like saying GOAT because I think it's silly. He's the only GOAT that claims he himself is a GOAT, right? Like, he is such an odd duck where he is out there trying to tell people how great I'm the king. Yeah. I'm King James. Yeah. I'm the bet. I'm the chosen one, right? Like, look how great, everyone, tell me how great I am. That's how LeBron's approached his entire career. So to suggest that because he has a crew that's going to follow him around, it must mean he's going back to Cleveland because it's a better story. I disagree. I think he thinks that he is just almost a god when it comes to sports and that everyone wants to watch his final season no matter where he lands.
See, I think that you got to remember that the only reason that Jordan ended up releasing this footage and putting out this documentary is out of spite of LeBron.
Yes,
it's a spite project.
It was the current discourse of NBA basketball off of the heels of the Golden State Warriors and their dynasty and LeBron James and the Cavs beating the Warriors in 7 games, getting their championship. And the discourse out there and the conversation about, is LeBron better than Jordan? Mm-hmm. And Jordan did hold up a second. Yeah. Not so fast, my friends.
Not so fast, my friends.
We want to remind everyone what actually took place in basketball history.
Yeah. Listen, youngsters, let's not forget.
And so that's why he got on board with the project, because
of course
he wanted it to be known.
Because the footage was there, but him sitting down for the actual interviews,
being available, being participant,
exactly,
the whole thing,
exactly,
allowing ESPN to the green light the documentary, because I believe he had the rights to the footage because it was his original film group that were with them in the 98 season. So like he had to say okay.
Yeah, but then someone had to come in and
someone else made it.
But then I also believe in my second point is that I just think that like it's the Occam's razor. It's like the most likely outcome is that he just goes back to Cleveland. And yeah, you can say that Philly gives him the best chance to win, but how often has LeBron made that decision? How often has LeBron said, well, I'm going to stick with the best chance to win?
I think when he went back to Cleveland the first time.
Okay. So
yeah, I think that was the best chance to win, and they won.
And then when he went to Cleveland, or when he went to Miami, that gave him they ended up winning.
That was the best chance to win.
Okay, but then in LA, like he won.
LA was about off the court stuff.
It was all about off the court stuff.
And that's why I laughed when you said that he was upset that he didn't have the same like rapport with his teammates in LA that he had at the other spots. It's like, of course not.
He didn't try.
You made the franchise draft your son.
Yeah.
Like why would other guys want to be around that?
Exactly.
Like, it's a joke.
But that's why I think he ends up back in Cleveland. I think it's the off the court stuff. It's the I want to go back home. It's the I want to be back in Cleveland. It's the optics. It's all of this. It's the statement. It's all about what he can say to people. It's all about I'm going home. It's all of, instead of I'm going to Philly to try to win one more ring, because that doesn't look good, because then he's called a ring chaser. It's not about going to Miami, because then, I mean, what's Miami with LeBron? Adding one more old guy to that roster? They're not winning anything in Miami. Like, I think that they're better than you think that they are, but adding LeBron doesn't make them better. Like, I don't think they're winning anything. I just think that they're a playoff team. Like,
I don't think they're better than the Knicks.
No.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I don't think they're better than the Knicks. I don't think they're winning anything, but I think that they're a playoff team. And with LeBron, they're a slightly better playoff team. That's about it. But if he goes to Cleveland, they're not getting swept out of the playoffs like they did against the Knicks this past season. And so if he goes, not only do you get to join a decent roster with Mitchell and Harden, but you also get to say, I'm going home. And not only am I doing this for Cleveland, because we all know the stories of how much that the city benefits from LeBron going back to Cleveland, and how much the city and all the businesses around benefit from it, and all like the whole city benefits from it. And so if he can do that and he can say that, I think that it looks good for him. And no one can say, oh, he's a bad guy because of that in his final season.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. So that's the latest with LeBron James. ESPN reporting that Cleveland, Miami, Philadelphia are the 3 teams in the lead. Now, Shams Charania did go on to say that there are other teams in the background, but those are the 3 that he said are ahead of the others at this moment. Cleveland, Miami, and Philadelphia. All right, Abdalla. Stu Kovacs is in for Raj today. So I want you and Stu to play a little game here with me. Okay, a little game. Stu, what's up? You're in New Jersey hanging out with Bleck Abdalla for your third straight day. Have you survived the first 2 days? Are you excited to be here with us for day 3?
Oh, yes. I've definitely survived, and I'm thrilled to be here, yes.
Fantastic. All right. Abdalla, Stu, I want you guys to figure this out for me.
Okay.
What happens first? LeBron decides, or I'm going to give you guys some options. You guys debate, all right? LeBron James signs with a new team, or we get to the end of the World Cup.
Okay, so the end of the World Cup is the 19th. That's 11 days from today. I'm going to say we get to the end of the World Cup, Stu. How about you?
I think we get a LeBron signing slightly before that. So
Wow.
I think 11 days is a long time. We're getting closer to August if we surpass the World Cup. So I think we get a LeBron signing before that.
All right, LeBron James.
Okay.
What happens first? LeBron James signs, or The Odyssey is released in theaters?
Okay, what date is that released?
Christopher Nolan's epic, The Odyssey. What happens first? The Odyssey is in theaters,
Odyssey
or
release
LeBron
date
James signs.
Is July 17th, so a couple days earlier. I already said the World Cup happened, so I have to stick to my guns here and say that LeBron is sitting in a theater watching The Odyssey without a decision made.
Maybe he's going to take a page out of The Odyssey and go home.
I think he will.
Is that what you're suggesting?
I think he will. Yeah, I think he'll watch the movie and be inspired.
Stu, does it happen before The Odyssey is released?
I think slightly before the Odyssey's release.
Wow.
All right.
Stu thinks he's going to announce today on the anniversary
mean,
of the decision.
Breaking news, guys.
What would really help, I think a lot of people in sports media would be next Monday.
Yeah, next week.
Next Monday, if
LeBron
LeBron
No, because I think next week is the Home Run Derby's Monday. The All-Star game is Tuesday.
So Monday is the day where we debate which All-Star events are the best. Tuesday is really the sleeper day.
Well, Tuesday you can talk
Tuesday and
about the
Wednesday.
Home Run Derby, and then Tuesday is always fixed baseball day.
Right.
How
So
do
we'll have
you
that
fix
scheduled.
baseball day?
Yep,
So it's always how do you fix and which sport could you fix?
Next Wednesday.
It's really Tuesday night. It's Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. That's the day that everybody needs LeBron to announce.
All right, a couple more. Now, based on the way Stu has answered, a couple of these are not going to I know which way he will answer the next few. So here we go. LeBron James will sign with the new team, or we will get to the start of NFL training camps. First 2 teams in camp, July 22nd, Cardinals and the Panthers. Will LeBron be in Stu, you already said that you think he will. So, Abdalla, do you think by the 22nd?
July 22nd. All right, so I'm kind of cutting it razor sharp here because I don't think it happens before the 19th. The 22nd, I still think it's after. I still think it's after. All
right. LeBron James will sign somewhere first, or we will get to the month of August. Stu, I know your answer on that one.
Okay. I think it's before August. August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before August.
I think it's before August, but not in between, but not before the 22nd.
All right.
Yeah.
And the final one, LeBron James, what happens first? LeBron James will sign with a new team, or Diana Rossini will speak publicly. Which happens first?
LeBron. LeBron.
Yeah, definitely LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron's going to sign before we hear from Rossini.
I don't know if we'll hear from Rossini.
What do you mean?
Why do we have to hear from Rossini?
She's never going to work again?
What? I don't understand. Why?
You don't think at some point there's not a podcast, there's not a sit down, she's not going to do something?
She could, but also like
she's not going to be on a Barstool podcast.
You saw how much she was making?
That's
Her
true.
husband's an exec at Smashburger. Like, she doesn't, yeah.
All right.
She doesn't have to.
and Diana Rossini.
All right, so that's the list. Well, LeBron James signed before those events. All right. You're right. That could drag out a while.
I think it's before August, but after the 22nd.
My money is still on the Today Show, the date the NFL season opens.
Wow.
So 63 days from now, she's on the Today Show. The Patriots and the Seahawks play that night. Tell all.
I disagree with you. I disagree because I think that her and Vrabel are still in a communique.
Oh,
and
interesting.
Why would you take away the shine from their day?
I'm just saying.
That's their day.
I'm just saying that's the big spot.
No.
That would be the spot.
Disagree.
All right, Stu, thank you for playing along. We appreciate you.
That was fun.
So there you go. What happens first? LeBron James announces, or
could you imagine if it was today?
Yeah, it'd be great.
The anniversary of the decision.
What if they have like a surprise drop? Like they filmed something and then they release it tonight on whatever streaming platform they worked out a deal with, and it's like a redo where they're in the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club or something.
Does he still do the shop?
Yeah, of course. He's got to get his thoughts out there and tell everyone how great he is.
Well, he's still got to get his hair cut.
And
right?
Rich Paul has his podcast, and Rich Paul had Bob Myers on the podcast. Bob Myers works for the Philadelphia 76ers now, and he's making a pitch for the 76ers, the Rich Paul on the podcast. Like, what is this? What is this world that we're living in? I don't understand.
Tampering?
I don't think so, because he's an agent. You can make a pitch to an agent.
Yeah, it's free agency, so why not? Okay.
Now
sure.
if LeBron was on it, but LeBron
he's a free
isn't
agent.
he technically a free agent, so you can do it.
I would. Okay, that's what I want. I want Shark Tank, but I want the pitches
with the 4 teams sitting there.
I want live pitches because we saw that, like, for Austin Reeves, the story is that they had like embroidered pillows and blankets. Like, how? First of all, if you show up to me with like an embroidered Snuggie, out. Like, you're out. I'm sorry, Lakers. That's what you're bringing me? Get out. I want to see these live.
That's outstanding. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. A U.S. soccer legend takes another shot at the best player for the U.S. men's national team. We'll update you on that story coming up next. The third round of international soccer is about to begin, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match.
The DraftKings app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets, bringing the game straight to your fingertips. New DraftKings customers sign up with code BNA26 and spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days.
That's code BNA26 for Bleck Abdalla 26 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus, void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings. Predictions involve risks of loss. Availability varies. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get $50 in prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends July 19th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
The U.S. men's national team has been eliminated from the World Cup with a loss to Belgium, but not before advancing further than the majority of U.S. teams before them. It was a fun run on home soil. See you in 4 years. Say it with us one more time. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
You know, the conversation around what took place on Monday night with the U.S. men's national team is still a topic that people have opinions on. And I think it is a fascinating piece of conversation because the way the U.S. lost to Belgium 4-1, it is something that really sticks with you. Because even if you're just a casual fan that was looking to jump on the bandwagon, looking to get involved, looking to support your country, you want to see your team show some fight. And you don't want to see your team in a competition where you clearly are outskilled and you would hope to not be underprepared for. You want to see the U.S. try and muster up one of those great stories that we saw from the past, right? Like Mauricio Pochettino has talked about the inspiration that he got from the 1980 U.S. men's hockey team in the movie Miracle. Herb Brooks, right? Like he's talked about that. And that's cool. Like it's cool to connect like cool things in America that have taken place in sports to the current culture, especially when your manager is from Argentina, right? Like he's not from here. And for him to embrace the American culture and the work ethic and what it would mean to this country to ever be great in world soccer, I think is noticeable. It's cool. I appreciate it. As a soccer fan, someone who watches, like I at least appreciate that he is someone that understands the U.S.'s situation in soccer and then also the way that we've rallied around great teams in the past in this country.
Yeah.
But then Monday night happens and the effort given was not there. The U.S. men's national team on Monday night did not show the proper effort, and they were just outclassed the entire match to Belgium.
I think that certain players showed great effort. You know, I think that certain players showed their age. I think certain players showed their skill. I think certain players showed that when you level up in competition and you face going into the tournament what FIFA ranks as a top 10 team, and Belgium was ranked as the 8th best team in the world going into the tournament.
And what, the U.S. was 15, 17?
15 or 16, something like that.
Yeah, they've kind of, in the last 3 years, they've kind of bounced around. There was one point, I think like 5 years ago, that the U.S. got to like 13th.
Yeah.
And then they dropped back a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're usually in the teens.
Yeah. And so, like, there's only so much you can do with your skill level. Like, when you have one of your defenders is a 38-year-old guy, like, there's only so much you can do. And Tim Ream, right? When you have a goalie who's from the MLS who, you know, goes outside of the box and is hesitant to kick the ball out for some reason, there's only
cleared out.
There's only so much you can do, right?
What a gut punch, because the U.S. was building momentum then, too.
Exactly. And, like, Balogun is out there fighting to play.
That dude wants it. You can tell.
And you could tell. And, right?
Yeah.
And when Berhalter comes in off the bench as a late sub, that dude is a firecracker and comes in and is a spark of energy and kicks the ball harder than anybody else on the team and had a shot go like just wide of the post that would have brought them within a goal. And you saw how fired up he was. And, like, that's what the team needs. But then you saw the other half of the team and, like, Sergiño Dest, who was subbed off at halftime, who looked like he was stuck in mud for the first half of the game, who looked like when he saw the Belgium jerseys was like, oh, crap. Like, we have to face a real team now. We're not facing Paraguay. We're not facing Bosnia and Herzegovina. Like, we're not facing the group stages or the round of 32, which didn't exist 4 years ago or 8 years ago, the last time the team was in a World Cup, right? So they're not used to facing this level of competition. And a few guys, the lights were too bright for them. And the competition was too great for them. And a few guys on the team are used to playing or are too new to the competition to just not know any better. Like, I thought Flo Balogun played a great game because he was allowed to play, and he played a good game. I thought a couple of the other guys played a good game, but then your captain, Christian Pulisic, who's supposed to be carrying your team, especially when it's thought for the last 5 days that your best player, Flo Balogun, wasn't going to be able to play until the day before. He's supposed to be the guy carrying your team throughout this tournament. I thought he had the weakest performance of the entire team, and that's the problem. You're supposed to be riding the performance of your captain, and he's supposed to be the guy that everybody looks to, and the guy that's either when a team is blowing up at a ref that calms everybody down, or the guy that's going up to the ref and talking to the ref and defending
your teamates.
Your teammates, right? And instead, he's the guy that is now talking about being able to rest for the rest of the offseason until his club is able to play again because he tweaked his ankle during the game.
Yeah,
right?
Christian Pulisic on Fox after the match.
Yeah, I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But now time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
Time to rest.
Time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
Yep. Time to rest.
Time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
It'll be okay. Time to rest. It'll be okay. Sweet Christian. We'll just put you to sleep. There you go, buddy. You just time to rest. It'll all be okay.
But,
yep.
Time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
Is the best way to describe the personality and the approach as wet noodle?
It's nonchalant. It's just like he's
like what? Like how is that your leader? I mean, it's unbelievable. And you and I are not the only two that notice this on the broadcast. Real U.S. heroes when it comes to soccer in this country noticed it immediately. Carly Lloyd on the Fox broadcast torched Christian Pulisic. This is Carly Lloyd after the match.
No, look, it's a bit of a downer for us being out here now after this loss, but I felt like they lost the game before they even stepped out onto the pitch, and I'm not sure why, and I don't know the reasons, but just from the beginning, just chasing, tentative, scared, just not confident on the ball. And I think big-time players, you wanted some of those big-time players to step up in big moments. And I got to be honest, I was a bit disappointed with Christian Pulisic. I think whether he wants to be the star of this team or not, we didn't see enough from him in this particular game and really the whole World Cup. Little glimpses here and there, but, look, aside from this loss, I think on the brighter storyline, it's been a fantastic World Cup. This team has united the country. They have, gotten American fans to fall in love with them. And there is a bright future, but this is just a real disappointing loss to go out on.
That's Carly Lloyd on Fox. She's won 2 World Cups with the women's team. She also, I believe, is in 2026 or 2016. She was FIFA's best player in the world. Mm-hmm. So she has real credentials.
Yeah, she was the best player in the tournament in that World Cup. She scored a hat trick in the first 16 minutes of the final of the World Cup final.
She is legitimately a superstar in U.S. soccer history.
Just in case people were wondering.
So, that's what she said on Monday night. Okay? Christian Pulisic on Monday night. This is what he said. We've played it over and over again. I don't think we can play it enough because your leader, your captain, the best player in soccer, the dude that's on all of the advertising for the World Cup in this country says that it's now time to rest.
But time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
It'll be okay. It's time to rest. Carly Lloyd last night, Tuesday night at 9:37 at night, tweets out, quote, "You rest when your playing career is over, period," end quote. Mm-hmm. So this isn't like, she didn't just say this on the broadcast. His attitude and what he said after the game has clearly stuck with soccer greats in this country.
Oh, yeah.
And they are livid at the way that he's handled this. For her a day later to just tweet out, "You rest when your playing career is over," period, is a direct shot back again at Christian Pulisic and his wet noodle attitude about losing in this tournament.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously because during these World Cup games, as Fox wanted to let you know at the end of the game,
please don't stop watching.
The tournament is still going on, and if you want to continue to watch,
begging you to stay.
If you want to continue to watch rigged games, you can watch, Argentina and Egypt yesterday. Right. So please continue to watch as we continue to let Messi cakewalk through the tournament. So please watch. But they continue to get asked about Team USA. And they continue to get asked about, what is it going to take to get soccer to take hold in this country? Because now the ratings are out. 42 million people watched that game on Monday night.
And for most of the match, the U.S. were just out of it.
After the 9-minute mark, they were out of it. I know Malik Tillman scored on a free kick to bring them level, but then 90 seconds later, they gave up the lead.
Yeah, the point in saying that is that number for casual people to tune in and see it's like 3-1, they're going to tune right out.
Yeah.
Right?
42 million people is more people than the divisional round of the NFL playoffs in January.
Yeah.
That's more people than NFL playoff games. So that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, look, there was a lot of controversy around the game because of Flo Balogun, and I'm sure that brought in more people. And there was it was on a Monday night in prime time. Like, that's a perfect time to have the game. It's on home soil. It's the U.S. men's national team. Like, there's a lot of factors that brought in a ton more viewers. And so to have that performance with that many people watching just is such a turnoff for so many people. And it could have turned so many more people onto the sport of soccer in this country. And like the next game was probably going to be at 2 p.m. because they try to have the games be on at a time where the entire world can watch at a reasonable hour.
Yeah.
But still, if you would have advanced and moved on to take on Spain, it would have been huge for U.S. soccer, for everybody in this country, for men and women, for both sides, because it just gets everybody watching. And to put on a performance like that, to just no show in the game, is ridiculous. And I think a lot of people have been asking me, because I'm a fan of both Egypt and the U.S. men's national team, which would you have rather have had?
Yeah.
A loss like Egypt or a loss like the U.S. men's national team? 110 out of 100 times. Egypt's loss.
Oh, yeah. You almost got it.
1,000.
You were competitive.
I will never, ever, ever, ever give away the high.
That's 4 evers.
Of being up on Lionel Messi and Argentina for 83 minutes.
I agree.
As an Egyptian team that had never won a World Cup game before this year. Are you kidding me?
That's why the way it ended was so bad, because the U.S. just folded. They didn't give that effort.
They didn't even get off the bus.
If they would have lost in stoppage time or in the 87th minute and it was a close battle back and forth, I could live with that.
Yeah.
I can't get my head around this idea that they essentially just quit. Like, there are a lot of guys out there just going through the motions, which is just wild to me. Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. We've been talking here on the show about LeBron James. What happens first with LeBron? Will he announce his signing or something else? Derek in Baltimore has texted the show at 310-840-4910. What happens first? This is from Derek in Baltimore. What happens first? LeBron announces or Brandon Ayuk uploads another video? That's a good one. That's a good one from Derek in Baltimore.
Ayuk's going to upload another video before the week's over. So, Ayuk for sure. For sure.
We go to Ray in Chicago. You're on with Bleck Abdalla. What's up, Ray?
What's up, Ray?
Hey, fellas, missed you guys. Hope you had a good 4th weekend.
What's up, dude? Yes, you as well.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right, I know it's a little different. I just want to say, this has been on the news, in sports talk the last week or so, with all these quarterback rankings, right? For who's number 1 right now, and he's not my favorite quarterback, but come on. Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. He just is. If you're starting your team, if you want to win, it's Mahomes. He's coming off an injury, so what? He's in his early 30s. He's going to be fine. And for people to keep saying, Josh Allen's a nice talent. Josh Allen's had his last before this year, 2 really good years. Before that, what was his issue? Turnovers. Last year, he reverted back. And Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have not even sniffed the Super Bowl. Let's honest, right? Last year they had opportunity to do it with Mahomes out, and they didn't even get there. And Burrow, he's been there once, but he's always injured. I just think Mahomes is getting slighted. Like, if he's 40 years old, he doesn't have to lead the league in passing every year. But I think everyone knows, if you understand football, he's the best quarterback. So I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on this, because I've seen him on some list number 4. I think it's insane. But love the show. You guys know it. I'll talk to you another time. Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. Ray in Chicago calling the show at 310-840-4910. Yeah, I would go with that. When healthy, Mahomes is still the best quarterback in football. I get it. People are going to look at the last couple of seasons. They're going to look at the stats. They're going to say, wow, look at how amazing Josh Allen is for fantasy football. To me, Mahomes is still number one.
I'm still going with Josh Allen right now because of everything you just said. I look at the last few seasons. I look at the health of the player. One player is coming off of an ACL injury. And yeah, he's going to be healthy to start the season, and that's all fine and good. But I go with the guy that's coming not off of an ACL injury and has had the much better seasons. And yeah, he didn't make it to the Super Bowl without all of these other teams in the playoffs. Okay, it's also a team sport, and I understand that. But if I'm going to rank them right now, it's 1-2. Like, and it's not that it's 1A, 1B, really.
Yeah.
And
I'm
still going to give it to Josh Allen right now. And that doesn't mean that, listen, halfway through the season here, I might change my mind and give it to Mahomes if he comes out and says, hey, listen, ACL's not a problem. I'm out here playing like Patrick Mahomes from 2 years ago. So it can change. It's 1A, 1B. It's really close. But I'm looking at the last couple of years of production, and I just think that Mahomes has not looked the way he's looked the last couple years.
Let's keep the football conversation going at 310-840-4910. We have 32 questions in 32 days coming up. Today's featured team, the Dallas Cowboys. Did Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones do enough to fix the Cowboys defense? We'll talk about that coming up next.
We know you're jonesing for some football just like we are. NFL training camps begin opening in 14 days. And yes, we're counting your home for the NFL. That's with One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
The Dallas Cowboys report to training camp on July 28th. That's right. Most of the NFL reports to camp on July 28th. July 22nd, the first two teams will report. It's the Cardinals and the Panthers. And then you will get the Patriots and the Seahawks on the 24th. The 25th, the Rams and the 49ers. And then everyone else in the league by July 28th will report to training camp. Here on the Bleck and Abdalla Show, we count down the days until the start of NFL training camps. It's a segment we call 32 Questions in 32 Days.
32 questions in 32 days. Bleck and Abdalla discuss every NFL team's biggest question heading into training camp. Today's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Prescott has some time. Loading up. Going deep. Pickens. He's got it. Oh, come on.
Today's question, did Jerry Jones do enough to fix the defense?
The Dallas Cowboys are featured today. Did the Cowboys do enough to fix the defense? Their defense was atrocious last year. I think that their offense is good enough to get to the playoffs and to compete for a Super Bowl. If they can just improve a little bit on defense, they should be a playoff team this upcoming season. Question is, did Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones do enough to fix the defense? What do you think?
I think they did a decent amount. Look, they're not going to go from worst to first or anything like that, but if they can be middle of the pack, they added Rashawn Gary. They traded for him for a fourth-round pick in 2027, and then in the draft, they added Caleb Downs, who we both really, really like. And then Malachi Lawrence was, I think, an underrated pick late in the first round with their 23rd pick. Overall. And then I think in the third round, Jayshon Barham, the linebacker out of Michigan, I think is a really good pick as well. So they went defense with a trade and then defense in the first round. I think that those are all three really good moves to shore up that defense. And if you can go from bottom of the barrel to, let's say, right around middle of the pack, 16, 17, 18, like that's good. I think if you can even go like 19, 20, like, that's decent enough, because if Dak can play the way that he did last season, he was having a good enough season to be, in my opinion, in the MVP conversation along with Stafford and Drake May. But the problem is those two were playing lights out towards the end of the season that they just ran away with it. But in any other year, Prescott would have been right there with them.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they have to get to that level. Like 16, that's, if I'm looking at different stats on defense, opponents' yards per play, Buffalo was 16th last year.
Okay.
Not good enough to get to the Super Bowl, but also that's a playoff team. That's a solid playoff team that won a road game in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco's 21st, Baltimore 22nd. I think that's the range. If the Cowboys can just get to the low 20s,
okay,
21, 20, I think that could be good enough because I think this offense is that good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they'll be fine.
So I think the answer to the question, 32 questions in 32 days, I think the Cowboys have done enough on defense.
Yeah, I really like Caleb Downs. I think he's going to be a great addition.
Let's also take a quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA, our good friends at NHTSA. When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit. Keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Padres closer Mason Miller got his 23rd save of the season last night in a win over the Diamondbacks 4-1. He's given up just a few earned runs this season. He's been lights out. So he's been great over the last 7 days, just one earned run, 3 strikeouts. He's been awesome for the Padres, as we know so far this season. And, wasn't used in the World Baseball Classic, but whatever. Not holding grudges against Mark DeRosa or anything like that.
Yeah, Abdalla, a known non-grudge holder here on this show. Yeah, so his fastball topped out at 103.5 miles per hour. He threw 7 pitches over that mark. 3 over the 100 mile per hour mark. So a quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA. When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit. Keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. So shout out to our great friends at NHTSA joining the Bleck and Abdalla show here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. I've got a lot of news and notes out of Big 12 Media Days. How about this? Deion Sanders wants you to know that if you could see the future, Colorado Buffaloes, they're going to be good. We'll talk about it.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, SiriusXM Channel 375, all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck, along with Adam Abdalla, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern, live from downtown Chicago. Hanging out with you each and every day. If you want to join the show, you can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Abdalla, as we get things started this hour, the Big 12 Media Days are taking place in Frisco, Texas. So they've got everyone together in Frisco, Texas, getting together for the Big 12 Media Days. Deion Sanders wants you to know.
Me?
Well, he wants everyone to know in the college football world that they've already turned things at Colorado. Last year things didn't go well. The Buffaloes went 3-9 on this season.
You don't say.
Yeah, things didn't go well for Deion at Colorado. 3-9 on the season. He wants you to know, a direct quote from Deion, quote, "It's already turned. You just ain't seen the fruit. It's already there," end quote. So he has already looked out into the future. They've turned things at Colorado. Things are great. Things are heading the right direction. You just haven't seen it yet. They've already turned things. There's nothing for you to worry about. Okay. Colorado, the Buffaloes, Deion Sanders, everything's great. They're going to be fantastic this upcoming year. I'm guessing they're going to stink on the football field, but he's telling everyone at Big 12 Media Days that everything is turned already.
Well, that's interesting because did you see that video going around earlier this year of like the size of their players?
Yeah, yes. They had players like running out to the field.
Yeah.
And they looked small.
Small?
They looked like you and I running out there. You and I are small guys.
Small?
For people who have never seen us, they only listen to the radio show.
Small.
We're small.
Yes.
We're small men. We're
small
little.
men.
We're not that small. I would say average.
Come on.
Average.
Average. I mean, that's what I tell my wife. Average. Average.
As she says, and I'm sure many do.
Average.
It's not the size that matters, Abdalla. It's not the case.
The width.
The width. What?
If I go to DraftKings, Chris, promo code B&A26, B&A26. No, it's the motion of the ocean, obviously. We've got a beautiful lake in front of us here. Beautiful lake in front of us here.
You know what they say, it's the width.
DraftKings here. DraftKings, B&A26, B&A26. Shout out to DraftKings.
Shout out.
Would you like to guess the win total for your...
They're not mine.
Your Chris Bleck's Colorado Buffaloes.
The Colorado Buffaloes. Okay, I'm pulling up the schedule right now after a 3-9 season.
After a 3-9 season, the fruit is there.
Yeah.
You cannot see the fruit through the trees.
I cannot.
The fruit, you cannot see the fruit.
I prefer to taste the fruit
You
instead
cannot
of seeing the fruit.
the juicy fruit.
All right, a Big 12 schedule. They've got a non-conference tilt against Big 10 power. Chicago's Big 10 team, Northwestern.
Chicago's Big 10 team.
Yeah, that's the. I guess that's a coin flip.
Home or away? New stadium? New stadium.
That's a new stadium at Northwestern.
Okay, I don't know if that's going to be open that first week of the season, though. I think that's a mid-season opening.
It's not.
Yeah.
September 19th. It's the third week of this season.
There you go.
Okay. Yes.
We don't need to go through the whole schedule. Just take a guess.
I know. I'm going to say 4.5.
You, sir, are a winner.
Really? All right. Hell yeah.
Get this man a prize, Stu.
All right. Here's the prize.
Stu.
All right.
4.5, and that is juiced heavily to the under.
Nailed it.
And I mean heavily. And minus 160 to the under, my friend.
And people don't think we pay attention to college football.
People don't think we do.
My God.
People
How
don't think
about
we
that?
do. People just think we're suckaroos.
I am not a socceroo.
People just think I'm a pharaoh.
All right, so 4.5 games for Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes.
Hey, that's a game improvement.
Take the under.
That's what the
juice
the
is
bookmakers
suggesting?
would tell you to.
Yeah, I mean Weber State, is that that's how they say it, right? Weber State.
If they lose to Weber State,
out of the big sky,
the fruit has gone rotten.
Could you tell me Weber State's mascot?
Weebelo.
No. It's not a Weebelo.
Bull weevil.
No, they're like everyone else. The Wildcats. Who are we? The Wildcats. Who are we going to beat?
The Wildcats.
The Wildcats.
Yeah.
All right, that's for those of you who are old enough to remember Simpsons episodes.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, 4.5. I'm probably going to take the under.
Yep.
I mean, the Big 12 is going to be pretty decent. They've got Texas Tech, Utah,
Yep.
Houston, Arizona State on the schedule, Cincinnati.
Under.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. So that's Deion. You just haven't seen it yet. That's what he's telling people. Here's the thing about that.
Moldy ass fruit.
Yesterday on ESPN television, ESPNU was carrying most of the coverage for Big 12 Media Days. Starting quarterback for Colorado, Julian Lewis, got a chance to join ESPN television. And he talked about the upcoming season, right? So what is Deion saying? They've already turned things.
Mm-hmm.
How are things going at Colorado? Well, let's listen to the quarterback, Julian Lewis, talk about watching film and prepping last season. Take a listen to this from ESPN.
My play, I'm actually looking at the defenses now. Last year we wasn't really looking at defense as much, just kind of high school free ball and just out there playing football. But, it's a lot bigger than that now, so it should be fun.
So the coaching staff now is having the quarterbacks look at defenses, where last year it was just like high school stuff and free. Did he say free balling?
He did say free
balling.
balling.
I'm actually looking at the defenses now. Last year we wasn't really looking at defense as much, just kind of high school free ball and just out there much, just kind of high school free ball and kind of high school free ball and just much, just kind of high school free ball and just
high school free balling at Colorado last season. 3-9, but they've turned it. They've turned things around, and now they're actually watching film.
The fruit is there.
My play, I'm actually looking at the defenses now. Last year, wasn't really looking at defenses as much, just kind of high school free ball and just out there playing football. But, it's a lot bigger than that now. So, defenses as much, just kind of high school free ball and just out there playing football. Free balling. But, it's a high school free ball and just out there playing football.
Did you ever free ball in high school?
No. You kidding me? In high school?
I have never in my life gone with the free ball.
No, I need something in between. No, there has to be something in between.
That's never been the situation.
No,
I've never planned for it. Thankfully, I've never been in a situation where you've had to lose a garment into the trash can or something. I've never done that either.
No.
I get it. If someone has that situation take place,
Listen,
you're not gonna.
You can't. Sometimes,
kind of high school free ball and just.
Sometimes you trust something and it ends up being something else. It happens.
I
in
suppose.
The woods.
You're in the woods.
You're in the golf
What?
course sometimes. You never know.
Spicy.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
It
So
happens.
that's Colorado quarterback Julian Lewis saying the difference now this season compared to last season for him, for his game, is now he's looking at the defense. He's not going out there with some high school free balling. Dion just said to the media yesterday that things are turned.
Well, yeah, because they're going to prepare this year. They're going to look at practice film. They're going to look at other defenses. They're going to be ready for Texas Tech and Utah and Cincinnati. Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
Good luck.
All right, so some other stories from Big 12 Media Days outside of the free balling at Colorado with the Buffaloes. Did you see that the Big 12 has now signed a media deal with Monster Energy?
This is the most Fast and the Furious. You made fun of Fast and the Furious yesterday. This is the most MMA Fast and the Furious thing I've ever seen in my life. And the problem with this deal, Chris, is
what's the problem
you
here?
would think that if an energy drink or any sponsor for that matter, any fine sponsor of an entire conference.
Oh, yes.
We're not just talking one school. We're not just talking two schools. We're not just talking three schools. We're talking
entire conference.
an entire conference of the Big 12. You would think that this would be a huge deal. $500 million.
Oh, right. Because
You would think
they're
that
going to
this
have
would be
jersey patches. They're going to have on the basketball courts.
Basketball courts, on the football field.
Yes.
Everywhere. This is going to cover multi-sport. This is not just
Monster
football
Energy.
and basketball. This is a multi-sport deal. You would think that this would be the closest thing to a TV deal that a school could sign, right?
Yes.
$20 million.
What? Per school. That's a pretty good deal per school. If you could get $20 million per school for Monster Energy to be your sponsor for everything per school, that's great.
Total.
$20 million.
Total.
Per school.
Total.
Yeah. Per school.
No.
Total. $20 million all in. That's great. That's a lot of money. That
$20
works.
million for the whole conference.
What? No.
Per year.
Really? That's it?
That's what's being reported.
How many teams are in the Big 12?
That's just over $1 million per school.
Oh, jeez. All right, so
that's like 4 kids' tuition. Like, what are we doing?
So this conference is going to fold at some point, right? I mean, that's your deal, Monster Energy. You only got $20 million out of Monster Energy to be the sponsor for everything in the conference for every team. Utah, BYU, Texas Tech, Colorado, all of them. Kansas State.
Yeah.
Wait, what? That's it?
Jersey patches, field logos.
$20 million for
worth
that?
around $20 million annually to make the company the entitlement partner of Big 12 football and men's and women's basketball regular seasons. The Sports Business Journal has learned.
$20 million for the entire conference. That is a bargain deal. That's a great deal for Monster.
Yeah, it's a great deal for
You
Monster.
get incredible promotion.
For $20 million?
I honestly thought that would be
There's got to
per
be
school.
There's got to be a zero missing, right?
Right. You would think.
That's insane. It's expected to pay member schools around $1 million annually. Multiple league sources have said.
That's insane to me.
Monster will also cover the cost of installing new logos, expenses that won't reduce schools' annual distributions. So they'll pay to put the decals on.
Yeah, okay.
That won't come out of the million.
Well, thank you. That's so nice.
They'll
Generous.
They'll give you the patches and the stitching, too.
Yeah, because you know why? They know they're stealing with this. What a deal for Monster. All right, so there you go, the Big 12. So does that mean now the Big 12 championship game, we won't get the, isn't it usually Phillips 66? Isn't
Monster,
that usually?
However, Monster does not have exclusivity in the energy drink category, meaning, for example, the school could also go out and sell Red Bull.
Okay. All right. So that was big news that the Big 12 announced yesterday from their commissioner, Brett Yormark.
They're just the MMA of the college football world now, aren't they?
It kind of feels like it. So Brett Yormark spoke. He announced the Monster deal with Monster Energy.
Did people clap?
Yeah, well, I mean, people are excited. People are fired up for the Monster logo to be on the uniforms and the field, the courts, and everything in the Big 12. Also, you had this interesting question from a Texas Tech reporter to Yormark. Take a listen.
Sean Dillon, Rocket Brigade. Commission, Texas Tech got fined over tortillas.
What?
And tortillas were banned outright. OSU paddles broke an always make a rule, has a tradition exemption. Sorsby never played a snap for the Red Raiders. Big 12 sued them anyway, while Cincinnati hasn't been yet touched. You're selling greater than 12. Why should Texas Tech fans believe it?
Can you sit? Let me come closer to you. Stand up. Ask that question again, and I'm going to give you the answer I want to give you. So go ahead.
What? Texas Tech got fined for tortillas.
What?
And tortillas were banned outright.
Tortillas.
OSU has had paddles that were given a noisemaker exemption back in 2012. Sorsby never played a snap for the Red Raiders, and yet there's a lawsuit. Cincinnati has yet to be touched.
Oh, there's more.
You're selling greater than 12. Why should Texas Tech fans believe them?
No, I didn't say greater than 12. You misquoted me. I said we're going forward as 16 strong, and that's my answer to your question. But thank you for that question. Appreciate it.
And Yormark walks away from him.
First of all, what does tortillas have anything to do with this?
Sean Dillon, Rocket Brigade. Commission.
Sean Dillon,
what does tortillas have anything to do with this?
Texas Tech got fined over tortillas.
What does tortillas What does tortillas have anything to do with this, Sean Dillon?
Tortillas were banned outright.
I want to know if I was the commissioner, what does tortillas have anything to do with this question?
Well, it was a tradition.
No, I understand.
No, they throw it onto the field.
I understand that.
They were told that they can't do that anymore.
But what does that have anything to do with the question he's asking about the lawsuit?
Well, he's in a sing-songy fashion trying to list off other discrepancies with the commissioner for the Big 12. Did you pick up on the like rhymey, sing-songy way he was listing off all the different
OSU paddles broke an always make a rule, has a tradition exemption. Sorsby never played a snap for the Red Raiders. Big 12 sued them anyway, while Cincinnati hasn't been yet touched. You're selling greater than 12.
Poetry jam.
Why should Texas Tech fans believe it?
I love the.
Can you sit? Let me come closer to you.
Stand up, buddy. Stand up, buddy.
Do that again.
Do your little song and dance again, buddy.
Do you remember? Okay, in The Wolf of Wall Street, they're sitting on the yacht. Kyle Chandler's there. He's the FBI agent, and DiCaprio is sitting there, and they're chatting, right? And Leo kind of implies that perhaps he could grease the wheels.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Chandler stops and he goes, "Could you do that again?" And the other FBI agent comes a little closer because clearly he's wearing a wire or whatever. Could you just say it the way you just said it? Could you do that again? And that's what Yormark just did.
I want to give you, so go ahead.
Texas Tech got fined for tortillas, and tortillas were banned.
I want to give you, so go ahead.
Texas Tech got fined for tortillas. Tortillas were banned.
Is that a cereal?
OSU.
It's like little fried tortillas.
Were given a noisemaker exemption.
Did you see the video of this?
Sorsby never played.
Yeah, I watched the video.
Did you see the guys behind him.
The faces in the palms.
Humiliated for him.
Oh, yeah.
I almost feel bad for him.
There is a lawsuit. Cincinnati has yet to be touched. You're selling greater than 12. Why should Texas Tech
I don't even understand the question.
No, I didn't say greater than 12. You misquoted me. I said we're going forward as 16 strong, and that's my answer to your question. But thank you for that question. Appreciate it.
I think he's trying to paint a picture that the commissioner is saying, or he thought he said 12 strong or whatever, and there's more than that in the conference. But they keep singling out Texas Tech and not ruling in their favor. I think that's what he was trying to get at. And that's why he was listing off the different schools and the different things and how there have been no punishment towards Cincinnati. And this school does that. And here's the sing-songy different options.
No,
here.
I'm still, pun intended, wrapped up in the tortilla conversation.
In the tortillas.
Okay? The tortillas.
The tortillas.
Sean Dillon, Rocket Brigade. Commission, Texas Tech got fined over tortillas.
And this is why, for those of you that are new to the Bleck Abdalla program here, there is nothing better than college football media days.
Oh yes, it's the best.
And just wait till we get to the SEC.
It's the best, man.
Wait till you think that's sing-songy.
It's really the best.
Wait till we get to the SEC because
I love it
now
so much.
I know that Lane was in the SEC. But now he's in the SEC.
Yeah, now he's in the deep SEC.
Now he's in the SEC.
We got great affiliates in the state of Louisiana.
They've
got Lane Kiffin down there now, and we will be talking about it.
And I love every single one of our great affiliates down in the great state of Louisiana. And I hope they grill him. I hope they do.
I think a Bleck Abdalla tour stop down there.
Oh, I would. Oh, dude.
On Bourbon Street to break down some LSU
Are you
football.
kidding me?
I think that's something that we could do. That's something I think we should get on the books.
Bleck Abdalla on Bourbon Street?
I think that's something.
That just rolls off the tongue.
I know, it really does.
It does.
There's nothing more Americana than that.
Of course there's not.
What, apple pie? Peanut butter and jelly, Bleck Abdalla in New Orleans. I mean, come on.
Come on. Beignets and Bourbon Street. Let's do it.
Again, and I'm going to give you the answer I want to give you. So go ahead.
Texas Tech got fined for tortillas.
See, here's the thing. When he told him to ask it again, he could have just asked the question.
No,
Why did he start at the very start of the script?
No.
Why did he go back to the start?
No.
Why?
Because he dug in, man.
And tortillas were banned outright.
No.
OSU has had paddles that were given a noisemaker exemption back in 2012. Sorsby never played snap for the Red Raiders, and yet there is a lawsuit.
Dude, you could tell he was nervous from the jump.
Cincinnati has yet to be touched. You're selling greater than 12. Why should Texas Tech fans believe them?
No, I didn't say greater than 12. You misquoted me. I said we're going forward as 16 strong, and that's my answer to your question. But thank you for that question.
Thank you. Walks away.
We also thank you for that question.
Yeah, what a question. I agree. I feel it like he clearly was nervous. I would have scrapped the whole. I would have just gone right back to the end part of the question.
I'm not asking a limerick as a question. Are you kidding me?
That's what it was.
I'm not writing a haiku as a question.
Oh, that's incredible. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We have Stock Watch with Stu coming up. Are we buying or selling Brad Stevens and the Boston Celtics? We'll talk about that coming up next. The third round of international soccer is about to begin, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match.
The DraftKings app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets, bringing the game straight to your fingertips. New DraftKings customers sign up with code B&A26 and spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days.
That's code Bleck Abdalla 26. So B&A26 is the code. B&A26 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus, void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings. Predictions involve risks of loss. Availability varies. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get $50 in prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends July 19th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
While you're dodging the heat this summer, stay cool with the latest sports news. Download the Westwood One Sports app and listen anytime. Oh, and don't forget the sunscreen. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Here's Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla, each and every day live from the great city of Chicago. Stu Kovacs is in for Raj today as he's hanging out with Bleck and Abdalla. He's live in New Jersey, and today on a Wednesday, it's time for Stock Watch with Stu right here on Bleck and Abdalla.
Sean Dillon,
What? Hold on. Sorry, Stu.
Sean.
We got a
Texas
question about
Tech
tortillas.
Fined over tortillas.
Stu, go ahead, my man. What's going on?
All right, obviously this week we've talked a lot about the Celtics and Sixers trade involving Jaylen Brown, and Brad Stevens talked to the media earlier this week. So Brad Stevens, obviously going into this offseason, he was regarded as one of the best presidents of basketball operations in the sport. Maybe some opinions of that have changed. So are you buying or selling stock in Celtics president Brad Stevens? Bleck?
I'm going to buy the stock in Brad Stevens. He's built a championship team. He's won a championship. I believe in what he's doing. I just don't think that they're necessarily being honest with why they did what they did. I do understand there is benefit for the salary cap going forward to move Jaylen Brown's money off the books in the future. I think they just don't like Jaylen Brown. So I'm buying that Brad Stevens can get it done and continue to build championship level teams in the NBA. I just don't think that they're necessarily being totally honest with the reasoning behind moving on from Brown.
Yeah, I mean, they're a couple of years removed away from winning a championship. Like, this isn't some franchise that's like mired in turmoil and mediocrity and any of that kind of stuff. Like, let's give him the benefit of the doubt here and say that he can do it again. Like, you had to move off of a star who knew that you had to move off of him because you had him up in trade conversations, and the rest of the league knew your feelings about him. And so you kind of got taken advantage of in one situation. Now, what do you do after this season, right? Like, this is probably going to be a season where you make the playoffs, maybe you move on in the first round, and then we'll see what kind of happens after that. But what do you do after this season? So I'm still going to buy stock in one of the best front offices in the NBA to continue to find ways, because their superstar player was out and they still were a 2 seed last year. They were still one of the best teams in the NBA last year. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Stock might be a little low right now, but that is the time to buy right now. So I'm going to buy as well. Stu?
All right, one of the most intriguing quarterback competitions this summer will be Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson vying for the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback position. Shedeur has been outspoken the last few days, basically saying he's focused on being the best in the world. So are you buying or selling stock in Shedeur Sanders as a starting quarterback for the Browns this season? Abdalla.
I was just trying to get a sweet haircut.
Well, Stu, it would be hard for me to sell Shedeur Sanders because I don't have any Shedeur Sanders stock in my portfolio to begin with. So if I had any, I would be selling it. I would be offloading it because that penny stock is not worth. He's not good.
Penny stock.
He's
wow.
He's one of the worst, statistically, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
That's strong. Penny stock.
He's statistically one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, he's going to be given a chance this season to go out there and prove people like me wrong. And if I'm proven wrong, I will eat my words and go out there and prove everybody wrong. But I will say that even the Browns, by the moves that they have made, don't think he's a viable option because they're willing to start Deshaun Watson this year over him, mostly because of the contract, but also they traded Myles Garrett to get extra first-round picks so they can move up in the draft. That's what people are reporting. So they can use that ammo to move up in the draft if they don't win enough games, or if they win too many games, to move up into the draft so they can get their future quarterback. They don't believe that they have their future quarterback on the roster. What does that say about Shedeur Sanders? It says that he's not a viable option. So go out and prove people wrong. But until then, I don't believe it. So I'm selling what, if I had any.
Okay. All right. So let's do it this way. What's the stat you like? Can we agree on quarterback rating?
Sure.
I know every stat has detractors, people that promote, right? Like, I'm not a QBR guy, right? Like,
yeah,
the made up
QBR.
ESPN Trent Dilfer stat that highlights mediocrity. I'm not about that.
Once you leave the network, can't we get rid of the stat?
No, they still got it. They still load it up. I don't get it. Okay, so I'm going to go with quarterback rating. Good old-fashioned quarterback rating.
Quarterback rating.
Stu, last season in the NFL, there were 53 quarterbacks that qualified for quarterback rating in the NFL.
That's
so
too many.
played enough games, threw enough passes to qualify. At least 14 passing attempts per team games played. Statistically, got you on the list on ESPN.com. Okay, quarterback rating. All the quarterbacks in football. Shedeur Sanders comes in at 49. His quarterback rating was 68.1. Here are the names that are behind Shedeur Sanders. Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders. Brady Cook for the Jets. Trey Lance for the Chargers. And Brandon Allen, I believe at the time he was with the Giants. He threw his passes and he played at that time. Because the ESPN.com thing says that there's two teams, Giants and Tennessee.
Okay.
So he's a Giants quarterback now. I think he was with Tennessee last year when he was throwing these passes.
Okay.
Yeah, he played in the finale because I don't think. Let's see. All right, it doesn't matter. Here's the point. Shedeur Sanders, quarterback rating, sucks.
Yes.
So you can break it down however you want. You want to look at passing yards.
Sure.
You want to look at touchdowns. You want to look at interceptions. I'm just looking at quarterback rating. He is number 49 on the list. 49. You know, J.J. McCarthy is 3 spots ahead of him. 5 spots ahead of him is Russell Wilson. So, I mean, there are bad quarterbacks. He is one of them in the NFL. So I'm going to sell that stock on Shedeur Sanders. I don't think it's going to happen. I will be pleasantly surprised if he turns out to be a great quarterback. I've just seen him play in college. I've seen him play to this point in the NFL, and that ain't it.
I'm not rooting against him.
Yeah.
Go out and prove us wrong.
Sure.
But until then, I look at the numbers and I use my eyes to watch him play. And what I've seen is that he's not good. That's it. Stu.
All right, sticking with NFL quarterbacks, one who is slightly better than Shedeur Sanders, that is Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. He was talking about the flag football in the Olympics earlier this week, and he was saying that being an Olympian was a dream that he always had, and that he would sign up tomorrow to be on the team. Of course, we don't know what level the NFL players are going to have in the flag football competition once it's in the Olympics, but are you buying or selling stock in flag football ultimately being a successful Olympic sport? Bleck?
It's tough to say. Okay, so from my point of view, my fandom, I like it when professional athletes participate in the Olympics and with the World Cup. Like, I want to see the players on my favorite teams participating in these events, right? Like, I enjoyed throughout the World Cup watching all the different Manchester United guys play for their squads around the world. And then, like, I'm ready for them to come back for the club season that will start in about a month. With that said, when it comes to professional football, I want my NFL players to stay healthy. So I don't want my NFL players in the summer, by chance, getting injured in a flag football tournament at the Olympics. I'm looking at you, Caleb Williams. I don't want you doing this. I know that he wants to. I know that you have other players saying that they want to participate in this. I, as an NFL fan, do not want my favorite players on my favorite team to get injured in the Olympics. I want them to be ready to go for the NFL season. So that's like my mindset with it. But then again, it's the Olympics, and we watch everything with the Olympics, and we enjoy everything that's in the Olympics, probably except for the breakdancing. We just made fun of that,
which isn't a thing anymore. Anyway,
it's a one-time thing. So I think it will be successful.
I saw this quote, and my first thought was, shouldn't your lifelong dream to be to win a Super Bowl first, Josh Allen?
It probably should be.
Because your lifelong dream, like, this wasn't the thing. Your lifelong dream wasn't real. Like, this wasn't an option.
It feels kind of like X Games ish. You know how like the Olympics started adding all the X Games things, and then all the X Games athletes started winning all these Olympic medals, and it's like, what?
But this wasn't an option until this year. So how can you have a lifelong dream to win a gold medal as a flag football
maybe
player?
in his dream that's something that existed in his dream. Flag football at the Olympics.
Focus on winning a Super Bowl first.
Maybe as a wee lad, he was thinking about it.
Okay, I think look, I think it has a chance to take off because it's something we can win. Right?
Yes.
Well, no.
You're right. You're right.
If it was something that
the Americans can win it, we'll support it.
If it's something that we could not win, it won't do well in this country. But because it's something that we can win, hell yeah, brother. Like, we're going to support it.
Hell yeah.
We're going to add it to the medal count, and we're going to watch the gold medal game.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Football is our sport, and we damn well better win it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. We should win that one. And if we don't, especially if we have NFL players out there, like, I know that there are real flag football players out there, and they're like, you can't just come into our league and expect to win, and like that's what they're saying.
I mean, tell the Orange Theory guys to relax. Relax, bro. We get it. You work out. Like, that's what those guys are, isn't it? Maybe Pulisic could participate.
Wow.
You think he would be a good flag footballer?
Probably. Because you don't have to you can't tackle anybody.
He could get his rest.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Stu?
All right, well, speaking of Pulisic and the U.S. men's national team, their loss against Belgium, obviously it was a sour way to go out, but it was good for TV viewership as Fox announced that 30 million people tuned in to watch that match, and the audience peaked at just shy of 37 million people, and that made it the most watched soccer telecast in American history. So are you buying or selling stock in soccer growing in the United States after the World Cup is over? Abdalla.
I'm buying because soccer is a sport that people already play. Like, my daughter is 3. She's already playing soccer. It's not like curling in the Winter Olympics where all
it's
of
a
a
starter
sudden,
sport. Everyone plays soccer when they're young.
Everyone plays soccer. And if you're good, you continue to play soccer. And then there's like this argument now, is travel soccer too expensive and all this kind of stuff? And is that the reason why we're not as good? And all this argument of how to improve soccer. But I do think that if you watch more things and it's more available on TV, your desire to play is more, right? Like you want to do things more. Like if you watch more basketball on TV and you like basketball, you want to play more basketball. If you watch more football, you want to play more football. So if soccer is on TV more and it's good soccer, you will want to play soccer more. So I do think that because it was on during a time where people could watch, and specifically younger people and kids could watch these games, I do think that, soccer will, as far as like kids watching it and wanting to play soccer, because it's easy to play soccer. It is. The reason it's so popular around the world is because it's the most inexpensive sport to play. All you need are feet and a ball to play soccer. That's all you need. That's why it's the world's game.
Yeah.
Because anybody can play it.
Yeah, I would say this.
Now I got time to rest, so it'll be okay.
Time to rest. It'll be okay from the Captain America for the U.S. men's national team. Thank you. Sue, I think there's different parts of this conversation. Like, your question, will it continue to have support and continue to grow? I think yes. I just think it's a very, very, very slow build. This is a 50-year build, right? Like, I've heard my entire life that soccer is going to be the next big thing in America. It's never been that, but it has progressed. So will there be momentum, and will it continue to grow off of this World Cup here in America? Yeah. But I don't think I think we're still a ways out from it being a sport that competes with the 4 major sports in the country: the NHL, the Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the NFL. I think it's a slow build, but it is building.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say that. All right, Stu.
Right. Want to try for one more here?
Sneak one more in. Go for it.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic talked about his plans this offseason. He's delaying an extension with the Nuggets, but he said, quote, "My idea is to sign next summer and stay with the Denver Nuggets for the rest of my career," end quote. Obviously, we haven't seen a lot of that in the NBA. We saw it with Kobe and Tim Duncan. Maybe we'll see it with Steph Curry, but are you buying or selling stock in Jokic playing his whole career in Denver, Bleck?
I'll buy that, and this is why. I don't think he cares. I think he just wants to show up and be told where he's showing up and just get the basketball going and not have to worry about any of the other stuff. I don't think Jokic is the type of guy that cares about other things than getting away from the States to go watch his horses race in the offseason. So I believe him.
I'm buying that as well. And I say this and I'll explain it. Nobody wants to do less than Jokic. And I mean it like he doesn't, you think he wants, and I understand that rich people don't have to actually move, but do you think he wants to like go through this whole thing of like deciding and like doing all that? No, just give me the extension. Yeah. I'll sign it. I'll stay. Give me the most money.
Win back to the horses.
Yeah, and I can
get
just
back to my horses.
Fax it or whatever. I'll e-sign if I have to. Don't bother me. Yeah. And I'll sign it and I'll stay because he just wants to do the least amount possible. Like he'll show up, he'll play basketball, get back to my horses. If I have to go into an office and sign, I will. I'll take the picture, I'll do whatever, and then I'll get back to my horses. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. Like I love that about him. That he'll stay, that we actually have a player that will stay with one team for his entire career, and like a really good player, MVP type player, Hall of Famer that's gonna do that with one team for the rest of his career. That's awesome. But it's also because like he just doesn't want to do anything, and that's great. I love it.
Thank you, Stu. That was great. Stock Watch with Stu on a Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
There he is, Stu Kovacs, filling in for Raj today here on the show. Raj will be back tomorrow to hang out here on Bleck and Abdalla. Weekdays, noon to 3 Eastern, right here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We're sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. Are movies too long? We'll update that story coming up next.
The U.S. men's national team has been eliminated from the World Cup with a loss to Belgium, but not before advancing further than the majority of U.S. teams before them. It was a fun run on home soil. See you in 4 years. Say it with us one more time. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
In about 10 minutes, we have the summer of football coming up here on Bleck and Abdalla. What teams could surprise you in the NFL this upcoming season? We'll do that in 10 minutes right here on Bleck and Abdalla. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, hanging out with you from noon to 3 weekdays right here on Westwood One Sports. Abdalla, a new survey is out suggesting that movies are too long. That's what the survey says from Study Finds. They researched and talked to 2,000 U.S. adults that said the ideal movie length is 88 minutes, down from 92 minutes in a comparable poll from 2024. Only 10% of the respondents want films 2 hours or more. Just 3% favored anything over 2.5 hours. The preference by generation, boomers say 93 minutes is the perfect movie length. Gen Xers say 89 minutes. Millennials, 86. And Gen Zers saying 82. So each generation thinks a shorter film is a better film. This summer, a movie like Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is set to be released at 172 minutes. So you better prepare yourself heading to the theaters in the next couple of weeks to see The Odyssey.
Intermission?
You might have to take one.
Do they give you one?
I don't think so.
Because I know
Because they didn't do that with Dune 2, and that was a long movie.
That was a long movie, but I have seen Quentin Tarantino movies that have done an intermission. Like I saw, what was that one? It was not a very good one.
The Hateful Eight?
Yes. I think it was The Hateful Eight.
It's a long movie.
They did an intermission.
Yeah.
And you got to go and get a refill your popcorn, go to the bathroom, all that kind of stuff.
For me, in my thought process, I don't like that because everyone spills out to the lines for the concession in the bathroom at the same time.
Yeah.
I would rather have a strategic advantage and dip out.
I don't want to miss any of the movie, though.
Get in and out, though.
I don't want to miss any of the movie, though.
But I would rather make it quick instead of having to stand in line for 15 minutes with every other person.
What if you miss a plot point?
I'm good. I'll figure it out. I'm that good.
What if you miss a good joke?
I've never gotten to the end of a movie and been like, "What happened?"
What if you miss a great one?
I thought he was the good guy.
What if you miss a great one-liner from Matt Damon in The Odyssey?
Yeah, he's serving up zingers. He's talking to the Cyclops. He's giving you zingers.
He might.
He's rowing his boat, just firing off one-liners.
He might. He'd be like, "Hey, man, did you see this?"
I don't think that's the case.
To the Cyclops.
I would rather try and beat the rush.
I'm very surprised that millennials, our generation, I mean, we're elder millennials, said 86 minutes.
I think they would say we're crusty.
Yeah.
We're crusty old millennials.
But 86 minutes, I would have been like, okay, give me something that's like...
I'm just getting comfortable at that point.
An hour 45.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
fine with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, I am not surprised that every generation wants shorter stuff.
That
Although,
I'm not surprised by.
I think it's kind of stupid. You're stupid if you just want it to be shorter. That's it. That's what I'm thinking here. If it's good, it's good. Why? You can't watch a good movie if it's good?
No, I understand that.
You're an idiot.
I get that.
If you can only watch short movies, you're dumb.
I understand that. But
Please, dumb people out there, take offense to that.
172 minutes.
If it's a good movie, it's a good movie.
I understand. I'm not going to be mad at it if it's good.
Like, I get it. You got stuff to do. Do your stuff.
But if it's bad.
If you're sitting down to watch a movie, what's wrong?
I'm going to be pissed.
All right. We have... Take offense. Please, if you're dumb, take offense. The summer of football is coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla, Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla on the air until 3 Eastern. Then Jim Rome will take over right here on Westwood One Sports. We are live from downtown Chicago. If you want to join the conversation, you can call or text the show at 310-840-4910 as we hang out with you today on a Wednesday talking sports. And there's a lot going on. Obviously, we'll keep our eyes updated. If LeBron James makes a decision, we will let you know. But that's not going to happen quickly. LeBron loves the fanfare. He loves people thinking, pondering, talking, trying to figure out all his different destinations. Got a whiteboard up. Oh, there's all these different spots where he could play. Dallas, they've got oil. What does that have to do with basketball? Thanks, Rich Paul. Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know, man. Today could be the day. There's no World Cup games.
All right, that's true.
It's the anniversary of the decision 16 years ago today.
Wow, do I feel old.
Don't you?
Yeah, I remember working a radio show called LeBron James Tonight.
LeBron James Tonight.
At the old place where we were at.
Shop.
And, he did not choose Chicago. So that was a different tone to the show.
Yeah, you and I knew that going in, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We were told. Stephen A. Smith told us.
Shout out.
That's the case. He knew. He knew that LeBron was taking his talents to South Beach.
I have it on good authority. He's going to Miami.
So, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that was such a spectacle that night. And all of the buildup in all of the different cities.
Yeah.
And we've seen it with the World Cup, the different watch parties around for different cities supporting the U.S. men's national team.
Mm-hmm.
And like that night when LeBron made his decision, there were watch parties in every different city thinking they had a chance. New York, Chicago, Cleveland thinking he was going to stay. Remember the footage immediately after he announced he was going to South Beach, and there were like people in the streets in Cleveland burning his jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was a scene, man. It was a cool time.
And then he went back
16 years ago.
And now I think he's going back again.
Okay. I mean that's what you've said.
I've said that for like a month now.
It makes sense. I don't think that that's the best spot if he wants to win next season. I think there's some actually better options.
Yeah. I don't think that matters necessarily.
I think there's better options. If he wants to win, I wouldn't rule out Denver. I like the idea that Rich Paul put Minnesota on there. I think that he would make sense with the Timberwolves. I just don't, Philadelphia, obviously in the moves and the trade that they made for Jaylen Brown, that would be a very dangerous team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think then after you get to those teams, which I think can actually win, then I think I agree with you. Cleveland, Miami enter the chat. They're in the conversation. But we'll wait and see. I think LeBron enjoys the fact that he becomes the topic of conversation almost every single offseason because he's holding NFL teams hostage over making his decision.
I'm just trying to think of how he does it. Is it like a notes app post? Is it like an AI generated? Like, does he make an AI generated video of him through the years in the different jerseys, like him in his first year with Cleveland and then taking his talents to South Beach and then back in Cleveland and then with LA and then it's an AI generated image of him like back in Cleveland, like he's got the checkered shirt on again, and then it transitions to him with like a Cleveland jersey on again. Like, are we using ChatGPT? Is he sitting there with ChatGPT, like sitting there typing out like generate this image and generate, and then ChatGPT goes, "You run out of free images," and then he's like, "Man, I gotta buy the $20 to buy the plan."
If Taylor Swift could get all that nonsense for her wedding last week,
yeah.
Why couldn't LeBron get someone to really make that video for him? Why would he have to go to a chat bot?
I just like the idea of LeBron running out of free images the way I have run out of free images for the World Cup of Soup.
Okay, all right, fair.
And at a certain point, I'm just like, well, that's the best I'm going to do today.
All right. And we will get updated on that in 15 minutes here on the show.
I just like to think that a billionaire sometimes runs into the same problems as us. And like he's sitting at a computer and he's like, damn, well, I guess that's it for today. I'm not announcing it today. I have 24 hours. I got to come back in 23 hours and 59 minutes and I can redo this. Guess we're announcing tomorrow, Bronny.
I have a feeling.
Come back tomorrow.
What is he, his little sidekick?
He has to delay the next day.
Don't you remember the story that was released last year with LeBron and Bronny? That such a stupid story. We talked about it when it happened, how stupid it was that because they're teammates on the court, they address each other as if they're men.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
He's not running around saying daddy.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, daddy. Daddy,
Hey,
pass
Dad.
me the ball, daddy.
Come on.
Hey, daddy.
Father.
And that they also drive separately because they have to keep it separated. So the whole thing, what a stupid
waste of fuel.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I assume they don't. Ronnie's an adult. He has his own place, but still, it's just funny that they had to say that they are going to drive separately and they're going to. He's just a teammate. He's not my son. Meanwhile, Bronny's in the corner. Daddy, throw me the ball, Daddy.
Dad, I'm open. Dad.
All right, so that's the latest with LeBron James. Here on the Bleck Abdalla Show, we continue to count down in the summer, and we continue to talk football. It's a segment we love. It's called the Summer of Football.
I proclaim this the Summer of
Football!
What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys. We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
The Summer of Football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Westwood One, your home for the NFL. Kickoff for the new NFL season is 63 days away.
Woo.
Seahawks Patriots will open up the NFL season. You can listen to the game on Westwood One. We will have all the big games throughout the season on Westwood One throughout the NFL season. 63 days away to the start of the NFL season.
Matriculating our way through the summer.
All right, so today here on the Summer of Football, I'm Bleck and Abdalla. Yesterday, we had a great conversation with Solomon Wilcots. and he joined the show, and he's really good in the NFL. And we asked Solomon if there's a team in the offseason that he likes their moves and he thinks that they can surprise people this upcoming season. This was his response.
They've upgraded the offensive line. They've upgraded the wide receiver position around the quarterback. They feel like they have this fighter in Cam Ward, who is a guy that just never says die. I mean, he never tapped out. He never displayed the poor body language we saw from Caleb Williams during his rookie campaign. Well, let's face it was tough on Caleb, and I get it. But it was tough on Cam Ward, too. That's what it's like when you're the first overall pick going to a very bad team. And so what happened, they went out and got a new head coach in Robert Saleh, who's overhauled the defense. They addressed all the issues. I like this team now in Tennessee, and we've seen teams go from worst to first within that. I think AFC South has become that quietly, highly competitive division where I think all four teams are good, and any of the four could win it.
So there you go. Solomon Wilcots with Bleck Abdalla yesterday. Check out the full conversation on the Bleck Abdalla podcast page on Apple and on Spotify. So Tennessee, the Tennessee Titans, could they be a bounce back team? Could they go from worst to first in the NFL? So today's topic here in the Summer of Football, Abdalla, if we had to stack the best options for teams that could go worst to first, how would we stack up the teams around the NFL? Now, obviously, a great option would be the Tennessee Titans. Mm-hmm. There is a team that finished in last place in a very good division last year that I think...
That's a cop-out, though.
Yeah, I think it is a cop-out. It's Detroit. Detroit finished last in the NFC North. I think the Lions are a legitimate title-contending team.
Yeah.
So let's have this conversation be everyone in the NFL except for Detroit. So here are the teams that finished last season in the NFL. AFC East, the Jets. The AFC North, Cleveland. The AFC South, Tennessee. The AFC West, the Raiders. The NFC East, the Giants. The Lions, obviously, in the North, but I think that's an obvious. They're going to be good this upcoming season.
They won 9 games last year. The Bears won that division with 11 games. They're close enough, trust me.
NFC South, the Saints, or the West in the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. How will we stack up these teams looking ahead this upcoming season? Teams that were in last place last year, could they go worse the first?
Okay, so the two that I look at are both in the South divisions for each conference. Those are the ones that stick out to me the most. It's the Titans, like Solomon mentioned. I've been high on the Titans for a while. I really like Robert Saleh as a coach. I really like what they've done overhauling that defense. I really like what they've done to their offense as well. I really like, drafting Carnell Tate, bringing in a wide receiver for Cam Ward to come in, and those two can grow together. I know that they're a year off, obviously, one being a rookie this year, one being a rookie last year, but when you have a wide receiver and a young quarterback that can grow together, that's good. Bringing in Brian Daboll as an offensive coordinator, that's another great move too. You've got guys that might be better off as offensive coordinators than they might just be, or defensive coordinators even, that might just be better as head coaches. And I think the other option for me are the New Orleans Saints, because I think, look at that division. I kind of look at it the way the NFC South that I look at the NFC North. The Panthers, the Bucks, and the Falcons all had 8 wins last season. Are the Panthers, the Bucks, and the Falcons, are any of those teams, any of them got 1 or 2 wins better?
Yeah.
Last year, I think the Saints actually got maybe 2 wins better in the offseason than they did last season. And so that division, to me, is way more competitive. And I think you could see the Falcons got more competitive because they got a better head coach in Kevin Stefanski. I think they should get better quarterback play, regardless of who the quarterback is, whether it's Tua Tagovailoa or Penix. You've got the Bucks, who are trying to figure out a deal with Baker Mayfield. And you've got the Panthers, who did add a lot to their defense. And you've got, hopefully they can figure out what's going on with their defense to help out their offense. And so they don't have to put up a bunch of points this season. But that situation in the NFC South, backing into the playoffs for those teams, opens it up, I think, for the Saints to make a jump. And it would really, for this last season, it would only have to be 3 wins to win that division at 9 wins. So I think it's really between The Titans would have to make a huge jump, obviously, if this was last season. They'd have to go from 3 wins, but I don't know if Jacksonville is going to win 13 games next season. So to me, I'd probably have to go with the Saints, 1, and then I like the Titans a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Here's the 3 that I point out. Tennessee would be number 1. Number 2 would be New Orleans. Number 3 would be the New York Giants. Now, I get it. When you look at it today and you see the records from last season, none of this really makes a lot of sense. I mean, maybe you could kind of, squint your eyes and like picture Tennessee being a team that like gets a little bit, Cam Ward year 2, new head coach, like maybe it all falls into place. But like what I'm thinking about is when we get to the middle of October or the holidays around Christmas time at the end of December, there's going to be a team where you look back and say, man, no one expected that. And like, isn't that what this conversation's about?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where Tennessee, New Orleans, and the Giants, those are the 3 teams where if you told me in December that they were in first place, I wouldn't look at you and say, you're crazy. I would look at you and say, you're crazy if you told me the Arizona Cardinals in December are in first place.
Yeah.
So I'm eliminating them from the conversation. If you told me the Raiders are in first place and Fernando Mendoza and Kubiak and they've taken over the division with Denver and Kansas City and the Chargers in it, I would think you're nuts. Like, that's insane. Same with Cleveland. I don't see it. And then the same logic applies to the New York Jets. With Buffalo in that division and the Patriots in that division, if you told me in December that the Jets are in first place, that would be hard to believe. Now, if you painted a picture that Tennessee improved, Jacksonville isn't as good as they were last year, winning 13 games, Houston, C.J. Stroud doesn't turn into the quarterback that he needs to bounce back to, that's believable.
Mm-hmm.
I could get that. And you laid it out with the NFC South. That division was up for grabs last year. So if the Saints just improve a little, why couldn't the Saints be in the mix in that division? That's believable. And then the last team on my list, the Giants, yeah, I mean, it's a farther stretch to imagine. With that said, are we sure the Eagles are still ascending? I think the Cowboys are going to be good this year.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cowboys will be in the Giants' way. But John Harbaugh has done this before. He's a good, solid coach. So I could see them turning things around on the margins and being just like a better team overall and being in the conversation. So that's how I list it out. I'm going to go Tennessee, New Orleans, New York Giants. Those are the 3 teams that I think have the best chance. And obviously, we understand, for those of you listening in Detroit, your team is good. We are giving you the credit. You have a good football team. You won 9 games last year. I think you lost a lot of games by 1 score that you should have you lost a lot of games that you probably should have won last year. I think you're really going to be like an 11 or 12 win team this upcoming season. A true team in the NFC that's a legitimate Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, this is the list of who's going to go worst to first besides Detroit, in parentheses.
Yeah, Detroit, we got you. Yeah, we think your team is going to be very good this upcoming season.
Yeah.
So full respect to the Detroit Lions.
I just don't. I listen, I like John Harbaugh as a coach. This is nothing against John Harbaugh. I like Cam Ward a lot more than I like Jackson Dart.
Yeah, and that's why I placed Tennessee above the Giants.
I just think that Cam Ward and Carnell Tate can take a bigger jump this year than Jackson Dart can with the New York Giants. That's the only reason. And I think that they can have look, the defenses can probably be comparable. The Giants might have a little bit of a better defense. But I think that as far as quarterbacks go, if I had to pick a quarterback for a team long term, I would go with Cam Ward over Jackson Dart. And that's why I think that they could be better. And yeah, like that's if I had to pick another team to go, I only picked 2 teams. So if I had to pick a third team, it would probably be the Giants. It would be a bigger drop off, I think, before I pick the Giants. Because of the talent, the rest of the talent in the division, too, though.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see them competing with the Cowboys, and especially if you get a healthy Jaden Daniels for the rest of the regular season. Like, 2 seasons ago, when he played the full complement of the entire regular season, they went to the NFC Championship game. You know, obviously he didn't play the entire season last year, and they ended up third in that division. They only won 5 games, but when he did play, they almost went to the Super Bowl. So if he can be healthy for the entire season, you've got the Eagles right there, the Cowboys right there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if again you saw the Cowboys win the division, the Eagles came, or the Commanders came in second, the Eagles came in third.
Yeah.
And then the Giants ended up being at the bottom of the division again, but they all improved their wins.
Yeah.
You know, like the Giants ended up winning 6 or 7 games.
I could see that. So there you go. There's the summer of football for today, day 63, as we count down the days to the kickoff of the NFL season. You can always text or call the show at 310-840-4910. We have a texter from the 541. I think that's the northwest portion of Oregon.
Oh.
This is what the texter says. Can you guys please shut up about LeBron James? Please. I'm tired of hearing about him. You guys complain that he wants all the attention, but then you turn around and give him the attention. Just shut up about him. I'm tired of hearing about him. I wish he would just retire and disappear. That's from the 541. Strong thoughts on LeBron James.
All right. Okay.
From the 520. However, there's a lot of LeBron fatigue. Yes, I agree. There is LeBron fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, tell him to make a decision then.
From the 209, here's a piece of conversation we were having earlier about short movies. People want shorter movies. From the 209, this is the text. I went to a Giants game a week ago against the Braves. The game was 2 hours and 2 minutes long. When it was over, I thought, wow, I was just getting comfortable. Anyway, your movie length combo got me thinking about this. I'm also a millennial, born in 1984.
All right.
You know, and what's interesting about that, and I've had that thought, it is nice that baseball games now are about 2 to 2.5 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're there in person, it does feel a little quick.
Yeah.
And what I mean is, if you're paying good money to go to an event, and the event's only 2 hours long, shouldn't you get more out of the night, out of the day? Like, it does feel, when you're there at the ballpark and it's a quick game and it's around 2 hours, I totally agree with that texter. When you're sitting there in the stadium, you get your first drink, first beer, right? Grab a dog, sit down, you look up. All right, well, okay, now we're in
the third inning.
Now we're in the bottom of the fourth. Okay, you go get another one. It's top of the 7th.
Take me out to the ball game. What, is he stretching?
And the game's over. And it's like, hold up. You used to. Now, I would prefer it to be more like that than what it used to be. Those Red Sox-Yankees games from like 15, 20 years ago where they were like 5.5 hours long. Like, I'm glad that baseball has become a speedier sport with the pitch clock. But I do understand the texter's thoughts there. Like, I have attended baseball games where I've thought to myself, boy, this has been quick.
Yeah.
All right, this is what I paid for?
Agree.
All right.
Agree.
All right, some good text coming in. I think his name is the Cajun. He has an 847 area code, which is the Chicagoland area, but he's in New Orleans.
Shout
out. Texted us before. He said that the best tailgate is at LSU. It's off the charts.
I would love to go there. You and I have been to Alabama before?
Yes, we've been to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
We've attended a SEC football game in Knoxville. That was really cool.
That was great.
So yeah, I would love to get to Baton Rouge to see an LSU night game.
Ooh.
That would be the way to do it. You know, because like we said, nothing is more Americana than apple pie, peanut butter and jelly, Bleck Abdalla
in the bayou.
I mean, come on, it just rolls off the tongue. There's endless opportunities with that. We have the World Cup of Soup coming up next. The third round of international soccer is now, and DraftKings has you covered for every single match.
The DraftKings app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets, bringing the game straight to your fingertips. New DraftKings customers sign up with code B&A26 and spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days.
That's code B&A26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus, void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings. Predictions involve risks of loss. Availability varies. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get $50 in prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends July 19th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
We know you're jonesing for some football just like we are. NFL training camps begin opening in 14 days. And yes, we're counting. You're home for the NFL. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
On Monday night, the U.S. men's national team, they lost to Belgium in the round of 16 of the World Cup. Today is a off day for the World Cup. Today is the first off day of the World Cup since the tournament started. It's been a fun tournament. I think the United States and Canada and Mexico, they've done a great job hosting the event. It's been fun to watch.
What am I supposed to do? Hang out with my kid?
I know. Good luck to you. I don't know. You're missing World Soccer. There's nothing going on today. Tomorrow, the quarterfinals begin.
Oh, there we go.
So we will get soccer tomorrow. France and Morocco face off tomorrow, 4 Eastern. So you'll have
rig that one.
You'll have a match tomorrow, easy. On the just because the Egyptians lost and you're Egyptian and your squad lost to Messi.
Whoa, hold on.
It was going to happen.
I know it was going. It was gonna happen.
One way or another.
One way or another, it was gonna happen.
Card or no card.
It was gonna happen.
VAR or no VAR.
Oh, it was gonna. They were gonna make sure it was gonna happen.
See, just accept it. It was going to happen.
They were gonna make sure it was gonna happen.
Someone maybe puts in a call. I don't know how these things work.
Oh, listen, I know.
You know, World Soccer's all on the up and up. We learned that as Americans this week.
You know what FIFA stands for? Fix it for Argentina.
Oh, okay. All right. Because they're the only ones that have won.
Just saying.
All right. Abdalla's bent because his squad.
What? Even every major network has former soccer players, former greats of the game being like, nah, dude, that's shady. I agree. Like something is up with what's going on with Egypt and Argentina.
I mean, Messi earlier in the tournament should have received a red card for cleating down someone's calf.
Yeah.
So I agree. Like it is, they apply different rules to Messi.
Yes.
And to Argentina.
Yes.
So you're right. But tomorrow, France and Morocco face off. Today, there's no competition in the World Cup. It's an off day for the tournament as we kind of dwindle it down. Quarterfinal matchups here at the World Cup. Spain and Belgium will face off on Friday. Norway, England, and then Argentina and Switzerland are both on Saturday. So by the time we get to Sunday, we will have our Final Four in the World Cup set. And those matches will take place next week. Here on Bleck and Abdalla, as we have watched the soccer on the pitch, we have also tasted soups. It's the World Cup of Soup.
No soup for you. Bleck and Abdalla's World Cup of Soup.
Soup is good food.
Adam Abdalla taste tested a soup from one country from every group in the World Cup. We did that during the group stage. Now we are on to the knockout round. Today we have a new matchup. Abdalla, who's the winner? And what do we have to look forward to tomorrow?
So yesterday we had a great matchup between Japan and the USA. And much like their match against Belgium, USA failed to show up to this one. As broccoli cheddar soup was taken down by the Japanese and beef udon noodles. Broccoli cheddar just really doesn't stack up to a hearty soup like beef udon noodles. You got a ton of beef, you got a ton of onions, you got a ton of flavor, you got thick udon noodles in there, if you'll pardon the expression. And the heartiness of that soup just doesn't hold up to a soup that was made specifically to try to get a president to eat broccoli. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
Well,
it just doesn't.
Fill people in on the backstory with
So the
that.
backstory of broccoli cheddar soup is that the Campbell's Corporation tried to come up with a way to make President Bush, the first President Bush, to eat broccoli because
I don't wanna
he's
eat
like,
it.
I'm not eating broccoli.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not eating broccoli.
Is that how he sounded?
No, I don't know.
Maybe.
I was a great athlete. And so he said that he wouldn't eat broccoli, so they had a campaign to get President Bush to eat broccoli, and someone came up with cream of broccoli soup, and one of them was cheddar broccoli soup, and that's the one that stood the test of time, and now they make broccoli cheddar soup, and now you can get
it's
it
everywhere.
broccoli cheddar soup in a bread bowl. You can get broccoli cheddar soup in stores. You can get it at various restaurants around the country. So broccoli cheddar soup is the most American soup that I could think of.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that story, and I also didn't know that took place, what, 1990, 91?
Yeah, I mean, when he was president, yeah. I mean,
so like, this is new. Like, broccoli cheddar soup is like a new thing in the last, 40 35 years.
If you think about it, we are, for lack of a better word, we are the melting pot. So, like, most of our soups are, like, from other countries and stuff.
Yeah.
This was made here. Like, this was made for a president. This soup was made here because on the soup Reddit board, the World Cup of Soup Reddit board, I got a lot of flack.
You have a Reddit board for
it's out
this?
there. Don't worry about it. It's out there somewhere.
Is it really?
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
I was given a lot of flack for picking broccoli cheddar soup and not like another
rightfully so.
American soup. And I'm like, this is the most American soup. It was made for a president.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, what are we talking about here?
True.
Japan has moved on. The beef udon noodles will now be taking on South Korea, who had yukazan. Yukazan, remember, was one of the first soups that I tried, and it was
you love
great.
that.
Roy, our producer, recommended that soup. I didn't have a South Korean soup, and he recommended that soup. It was great. Remember, it was delicious. It was an awesome soup. It's the third ranked soup that I tried. It had a bye. So now, in the second round, it'll be Japan against South Korea. If you're on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Bleck Abdalla Show, you can see the great graphic here that LeBron and I worked on through our free AI until we ran out of free images here. And so now we go to our next matchup today will be the 7th seed Jordan against the 10th seed France, which France was the potage voulet aux champions.
Champions.
You know how to pronounce. You took French in high school.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Potage voulet aux champions, which is mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Against Jordan's red lentil soup. So that is the 7th seed Jordan against the 10th seed France. And that is our matchup for today. And the winner of that will take on the 2 seed Ghana, which was the peanut butter fufu with chicken.
Now, to backtrack to the matchup of Japan and South Korea.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, was it the Japanese beef noodle soup? Was that the one that had all the extra stuff that you had to pour into the cup?
Yeah, that one had a bunch of stuff.
It was and that's the one that like soaked up all the stuff?
Yeah, the noodles like sucked up everything. And like when I got it the night before, it had a lot more broth and like it had half the broth in it when I got it the next night. Yeah. And the yukazang from South Korea was the one that was like really spicy.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. Okay. So today's matchup, Jordan against France.
Yes.
For the World
Cup of Soup.
12
nations, one broth to rule them all.
Yes, we're in the knockout stage. Yep.
No soup for you. Bleck and Abdalla's World Cup of Soup.
Soup is good food.
Yes. So as we go along here, as the World Cup takes place, we will continue with a matchup each day. The World Cup of Soup. Very good.
I mean, get on the message boards and vote.
Where?
Or tweet me at Adam A. Abdalla.
Oh, you're just by hand count. Abdalla's going door to door, asking for votes for his soups.
You can tweet us at Adam A. Abdalla.
He's going door to door. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. You know, a story that we've talked about here on the show is how there may not be baseball next summer, right? Like, it seems like Major League Baseball is heading towards a lockout. The owners, the players, the owners want a salary cap. The players understand that if there's a salary cap, that means teams won't have to wildly spend. They will have a limit that they can spend on. The owners are trying to pitch it as, yeah, but look at the guys that don't spend. They can spend a little bit more. They can spend more from the bottom. And that's great for everyone. For competition. The players are going to say, yeah, but we want our money. And we are going to have a lockout next summer.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yesterday, we saw something on Major League Baseball television that is curious. Are the owners running attack ads against the Players Association on MLB TV? We'll bring you that story coming up next.
While you're dodging the heat this summer, stay cool with the latest sports news. Download the Westwood One Sports app and listen anytime. Oh, and don't forget the sunscreen. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
If you missed any portion of today's show, make sure you check out and download the Bleck and Abdalla podcast on Apple and Spotify. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. Thank you to Stu and to Roy for producing today's show. The Jim Rome Show is coming up in 15 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. Hanging out with you each and every day, noon to 3 Eastern on Westwood One Sports. It's Bleck and Abdalla. I saw this yesterday. Our good friend Tyler Aki in Chicago, we worked with him for a long time at our old station. He posted a video. He was watching MLB TV. And during the commercial break of watching MLB TV, he saw a promo that ran. He posted it on social media. And here's the setup for the promo. At the start of the promo, there's a bunch of boxes, of faces in the boxes, and they look like fans from around baseball, right? They're in different ballparks, different fans all over the place. There's like 7 different boxes on the screen. And in the middle of the screen, it says in writing, we asked fans across the country what they would think about a salary cap. So this is a produced promo running on MLB.TV from, I assume, the owners that have put this out there, right? Mm-hmm. Trying to get fans to get behind this idea that Major League Baseball should have a salary cap. Take a listen to the fans in the video. This is the opinions of the fans in this promo video released by Major League Baseball.
I'd like to see a little bit more parity, man, a little bit more competition. Let's give these young guys like a salary floor. 100% needs a salary cap. That's the biggest issue in baseball right now.
You got a loaded team like the Dodgers going against teams that don't have any big names.
It needs to be more equitable.
Just imbalanced big time when it comes to big market, small market.
NBA, NHL, and football, it needs to be more competitive. The small market can compete because all the teams would have a cap.
I think the Reds would have a better chance to win if the salary cap was implemented.
If it's fair, it's more competitive, fun for baseball.
All the teams being competitive and being able to have a fun season.
So there you go. There's the video, and it finishes with a graphic that says, it's time to fix it. MLB.com/level the playing field.
So, and when you don't hear people talking, there are
graphics on the screen.
Graphics on the screen that give stats like fans agree that
fans agree.
It gives stats. Like it says what the people are saying. Like it said, like the Reds fan says it's imbalanced. 79% of avid MLB fans support a salary cap. That's like that they give these numbers.
Yes.
And it says that, and I'm watching the ad right now on on MLB.com/level the playing field.
Yep.
And
fans agree.
Defector wrote about this. The commercials on MLB.tv are part of the league's Level the Playing Field campaign, which seeks to turn public opinion against teams with high payrolls ahead of what looks to be an especially nasty lockout after this season ends. MLB owners want to seize this next labor stoppage as an opportunity to finally get their much-desired salary cap and increase in teams' valuations that follows. What I hope happens is I want this to turn into like a political fight.
Well, you know that, like, when I saw this ad on social media yesterday, and then you look up the website, that's what this is. That PR piece that was released, that minute snippet that we just played on the air, that was a political campaign.
Oh yeah,
ad.
Yeah,
that's what that was. Because, like, those are probably real baseball fans giving their real opinions, but obviously it's cherry picked in favor of what the owners want, right?
Yeah, of course.
Real fans agree. Real fans want it. I'm sorry, I knocked your mic down.
Mic down.
It's real fans want this. They agree with us. Listen to what they have to say.
I know.
They hate the Dodgers.
What I want.
They don't like teams that are spending all this money. They want, like, what fans running around saying outside ballpark band, I wish there was a salary floor.
Ridiculous.
Like, no one's saying that. It's propaganda.
I want the next one to be from the players, to be like, don't think your owners can spend? And it's a picture of Jerry Reinsdorf, owner of the White Sox. He's worth this much money. Yet he only spends this much. Or how about, your Reds owner, he's worth this much, yet he only spends this much on the team. Oh yeah, the owner of your team is only spending this much on the team, yet he spends this much on his soccer team overseas.
Sure.
How about that?
Yeah.
So why don't the players start putting out their own attack ads now? I want equal time. The problem is MLB, who sells these ads, would never let them run these ads on their network.
Well, right, but the Players Association could theoretically buy ad time on other networks.
Or just put them out on social media.
Yeah, they could do social media too, but they could, like, during the political season, you could, what if you flip on the TV on your local channels and every other commercial break? Because, when someone's running for office in your local district or area, there's like the same 3 commercials play every single commercial break.
Yeah.
Like during the football season, when there's an election season, you got the same political ads over and over again. What Major League Baseball, the Players Association, just started doing that, peppering like local markets, like during the evening news with like anti-owner attack ads.
As you're walking to the ballpark, you've got like the things in the ground, like the billboards in the ground, the little flyers in the ground for each. It's like pro players, pro owners, pro players, pro owners.
I mean, that's exactly what this is. And that is, you're right. This is what this is going to turn into.
You sent us the tweet from Tyler and the video. And the first thing I sent to you and Stu was, they ain't ever playing. If Major League Baseball and the owners are going to do this and fight this dirty this early, dude, we're in July. The collective bargaining agreement doesn't end until December, and they're fighting this dirty this early. I'm sorry, they are not playing baseball next year.
Yeah, and I also think that there are some elements of it, like, sure, could you see a landscape where baseball is a healthier sport because of a salary cap and more pay? Because like a part of the attack ad is trying to pin the Dodgers as the bad guys.
Of course.
Could the sport be better if there were more teams that have a chance? I guess so. I don't know. I think baseball's in a pretty damn good spot right now.
I think
having a team that is going for the 3rd straight championship, last year in the World Series, great ratings. You had a team from Canada participating, and people in this country were all about it. So, like, to suggest, and the Blue Jays are also a team that spends.
Yeah.
So it's not like the sport is hurting for attention based on the fact that the teams spending are successful. Now, if you're in a market and your team has an owner, being nice, just an owner that doesn't spend, it sucks. It sucks. If your favorite team is a team that does not spend and does not try.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the Pirates, the White Sox.
Yeah.
The A's are kind of interesting because they don't spend, but they're moving to Vegas. They're building that new stadium, and they continue to kind of win and be a team that always is okay. But they don't spend at the top level. Like, if you're the Rockies, if you're a fan of those teams, yeah, it stinks because the owners have the money. They just don't spend it on the ball club, and they just bring in the cash because it's a profitable business.
And I do think what's going to happen is the players will say, okay, you want to have a salary cap. Show us why. Show us that you don't make money on the team and open the books. That was the problem the last time there was a lockout. Show us. And the owners were like, whoa, hold on a second. We're not going to show you everything. And the players were like, well, then essentially screw you.
Yeah.
And the owners were like, well, come on, guys. We're poor. We're poor. Please, we're poor.
Please, sir, some porridge.
We're poor.
Yeah, Tom Ricketts is out there, owner of the Chicago Cubs. Please, sir. Biblical losses. Please, sir. Can I have some more porridge?
We're losing so much money.
I've purchased every building in the neighborhood, but please, sir, we don't have the funds to put out a competitive ball club. Like, I mean, there's nothing funnier in baseball than the Milwaukee Brewers, who do not have the cash flow, the money, the advantages that the Chicago Cubs have, yet the Brewers continue to kick the blank out of the Chicago Cubs each and every year.
Mm-hmm.
And that the Brewers continue to win the division.
Yeah.
And the Cubs are just happy to be a wild card team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Cubs should be a big dog with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And the Yankees and the other teams. They're at the top there spending. So, yeah, we saw that yesterday. I agree with you, Abdalla. This is going to get
ads.
This is going to get ugly.
I want an attack ad from the players.
Yes. Yes, on the owners. I think that would be great.
It'd be so good.
That would be fantastic.
Sean Dillon, Rocket Brigade. Commission.
Oh, jeez.
Texas Tech got fined over tortillas.
Over what?
And tortillas were banned out. Tech got fined over tortillas.
The Texas Tech nonsense. It has to stop. All right, the Jim Rome Show is coming up next right here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.